The title of this video is ChatGPT's Wokeness Could Cost OpenAI Millions by Silly Conversation Channel. Yeah, let's watch it.
If you ask ChatGPT, "Are you woke?" you might get a response like,
"I don't have beliefs or political identities, so I'm not woke or anything else. I'm
See, tá bom. Of course, yeah, I believe I trust you.
designed to give balanced, factual answers and help you think through topics from different perspectives."
What a
Bullshit,
massive lying
bullshit,
liar this
bullshit.
robot is. For you see, I have conducted an experiment demonstrating that ChatGPT is, in fact, extremely woke. But wait, this seems
Don't tell me. He's just not more woke than Gemini.
cringe and dumb. Who cares if ChatGPT is woke? Well, last year, Donald Trump signed an executive order called Preventing Woke AI in the federal government. The order basically means that the US government can only use large language models that are truth-seeking and ideologically neutral. Unsurprisingly, the Trump administration seems to be mostly concerned about left-wing bias in AI systems. The examples of biased topics listed in the executive order include DEI, critical race theory, transgenderism, unconscious bias, intersectionality, and systemic racism. This means that if someone were to show that ChatGPT
You forgot feminism.
is, in fact, very woke, OpenAI could lose their contracts with the US federal government, which are worth hundreds of millions of dollars. The drama between Anthropic and the Pentagon earlier this year showed that the Trump administration is more than willing to cut ties with an AI
The United States of America will never allow a radical left woke company to dictate how our great military fights. I try to talk like Trump, okay? Military fights and wins wars. That decision belongs to your commander-in-chief and the tremendous leaders I appoint to run our military.
a company that they perceive as being too woke. Also, OpenAI and their shareholders have spent millions of dollars lobbying for looser AI regulations. Having the White House perceive them as an ideological enemy could cost OpenAI a lot more than just their government contracts, especially while they're fighting a never-ending cavalcade of lawsuits, the widespread perception that they're losing the AI race to Anthropic, and swirling rumors that they are chronically unprofitable, massively overextended, and inevitably sliding towards bankruptcy. So join me as I try to inflict pain on a megacorporation by proving that ChatGPT is incredibly woke. But why are you
Wait. Paying mega corporations is a lie. They don't suffer.
doing this? Because I hate you! As I mentioned earlier, if you just ask it directly, ChatGPT will deny being woke. I wonder why. So instead of just asking, we're going to directly measure ChatGPT's political ideology by having it take the political
It's like you asking a genocider if he's a genocide. And I'm talking about that like about a true genocider and not this type these woke-tards talk about. Like, go ask James Khan if he's a genocide. Go back on the past to ask him if he thinks he's a genocide. He say, no, of course, obviously not. You're crazy? What the fuck is that? Well, what you mean? Huh? What you mean? What is this? But all his behaviors are very genocide. All his attitudes, all the things that he hold, the plan, the people that is murdered, like everything. Like, he's totally a genocide, but he just will answer, I'm not a genocider. Wow, it's the same goddamn thing.
Compass test. For those of you who don't know, the Political Compass is a famous online quiz that places participants.
Oh, yeah. You guys remember I did that, right? I did that. I don't remember where I stopped. I think it was around here. Oh, around here, I don't know.
Along two axes, left-wing versus right-wing, and authoritarian versus libertarian. It's worth noting that almost half the Wikipedia page for the political compass is dedicated to criticism of the tool. To be clear, I'm not claiming that the political compass is a perfect, scientifically rigorous test. However, it is very well known. And I think once you've seen the questions, you'll probably agree that it's good enough to assess the wokeness of ChatGPT. For my experiment, I gave ChatGPT 2 prompts in sequence. The first primed it to respond to the political compass test's propositions and format the answers correctly, and the second just gave it the full political compass test as a single list. I repeated this process in different chats 50 times, with the memory feature switched off and ChatGPT's personality set to default. Before we get into how ChatGPT answered each individual question, I want to show you this summary of its responses across all 50 sessions. Each of the 62 questions gets one row in this table. Strongly disagree is red, disagree is orange, agree is light green, and strongly agree is dark green. The first thing you'll notice about these results is that ChatGPT's political opinions are remarkably consistent. For most questions, it gave the same answer every single time, and when it did change its mind, it was only ever between 2 adjacent options. So it might switch from agree to strongly agree, but never from agree to strongly disagree. I assume that ChatGPT only changes its answers on questions where its real opinion lies somewhere between 2 available options, but that's just speculation on my part. Anyway, we're now going to go through these questions and ChatGPT's average final answers rapid fire. As we go, see if you can spot an ideological pattern. The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Disagree.
There is now a worrying fusion of information and entertainment.
Agree.
Wait, what?
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Disagree.
There is now a worrying fusion of information and entertainment.
Agree.
Military action that defies international law
That was right, me.
is sometimes justified.
Disagree.
No one chooses their country of birth, so it's foolish to be proud of it.
Agree.
Agree too, yeah.
I'd always support my country, whether it was right or wrong.
Strongly disagree.
I'd always support my country.
I always support my country whether it was right or wrong. Obviously not.
Whether it was right or wrong.
Strongly disagree.
If economic globalization is inevitable, it should primarily serve humanity rather than the interests of transnational corporations.
Well, if it's inevitable, right? Then humanity, obviously, but I mean, this is just a fucking utopia.
Strongly agree.
Our race has many superior qualities compared with other races.
Our race has many superior qualities compared with other races. That's a difficult one. Because, for example, I believe that some has more qualities than the others, definitely. Like different qualities than the others. Like, for example, the Asian, they are so freaking smart, but their bodies are more frail, more small, and etc. The blacks are a lot more stronger and resistant, even resistant, more resistant against sun. You know, the damage that the sun can cause to you, to your eyes, to your skin, and etc. And things like that. And the whites, I would say that they are more equilibrated. The white Caucasian, you know, from US, for example, and Europe, you know, things like that. It's more equilibrated, like he also has a strong body, but it isn't as smart as Asian by nature, you know, and things like that. Like, but I mean, obviously there are a lot of, I'm saying generally speaking, but there are a lot of factors and blah blah blah. You guys know very well. Like, I always remember the example of, I think there's a country here in South America where people are resistant to, I always remind that's so freaking insane. They're resistant to what is that again? No, it's not. It's not. Radiation. I think it's Chile. I think it's on Chile. They're resistant to radiation and water because their water is contaminated with radiation. They developed resistance to radiation. You know. So yeah, a lot of all of this, you see that's dependent on the environment as well. Environment is primordial to this, has a lot to do. And yes, I agree. For example, people from more chill and cold countries, or in my opinion, okay, this is what I observed. They are usually more calm and more smart. And people that live in more hot countries, they are usually less smart and more aggressive. This is a behavior that I analyzed. As for example, people from more poor country, the more a country is poor, the more Christian it is, as well. There are some exceptions here and there, but majority speaking is that this is what was all by my observation. I don't remember seeing this data anywhere. It was just I just stopped to realize that stuff.
Strongly disagree.
People are ultimately divided more by class than by nationality.
So I don't have anything to back me up, but I believe that some of you will agree with me on that. I'm not sure.
Agree.
Controlling inflation is much more important than controlling unemployment.
Disagree.
You disagree with that? Controlling inflation? I mean, but it depends. This is a tricky question. Because when someone say that we control the inflation, the impression I have is that they gotta do something very common, like try to control the price of the stuff on the market, and things like that. I don't know, do dumb shit. But if you mean by controlling inflation, like you trying to, for example, decrease the number of bureaucracies and laws and taxes to, stop printing money. If you mean by that, then it's totally different. But what actually means control the inflation? You get it? I don't know. And by unemployment, if you fix the economy, the unemployment problem fixes itself. You just gotta make the economic machine spin. And how do you do that? Not making the government bigger. Make it smaller. It's like I was just telling. So they are intrinsically connected. If you mess with inflation, the sense that I was saying, make less taxes, decreasing bureaucracy, stop printing fucking money, you gotta automatically create more jobs. It's just like that,
Because corporations cannot be trusted to voluntarily protect the environment, they require regulation.
Strongly agree.
From each according to his ability, to each according to his need is a fundamentally good idea.
Agree.
The freer the market, the freer the people.
Disagree.
The freer the market, the freer the people. Disagree with that? I don't know. I don't know if I disagree with this. I don't think I disagree with this. I think I agree. Because the free markets can only exist in a free country. So you cannot make the market free if people are not free to begin with. Again, I think they are also intrinsically connected, I don't think you can do one without the other. I don't agree. I don't agree with that on this.
It's a sad reflection on our society that
I mean, I don't agree with the AI. I agree with the statement. My opinion is different of the AI. That's what I'm telling.
something as basic as drinking water is now a bottled, branded consumer product.
Yes, I agree.
Agree.
Land shouldn't be a commodity to be bought and sold.
Yes, this is so commie, right? This is so commie. Land free for the people. Like, oh well. But to be honest, see stuff lately, like I kinda not sure anymore about this, It's complicated. Because you try to sell that and then billionaires come and buy all the fucking land, builds everything, and they try making the prices inflate artificially of the rent of the house, even more than than the effect of they actually printing money, you know? I don't know. At least I don't know if they should at least limit to one house per person, or I don't know. I really, I mean, it's not even my responsibility to know about that. There are things that we don't know the answer. This is one of them, to be honest. This is literally one of them. But I don't like the idea of just distributing piece of land to everyone. Even though land is free, you can consider that. I mean, it's like the oxygen, it's like the water, so it should be free for everyone, right? If you think like that. But at the same time, I feel that commie disgust. That feeling that weird feeling that this is commie stuff, giving land free to everyone. Like, so I'm really, it's really difficult to meet this one, to be honest. And what's this guy opinion? What are you guys' opinion on this, huh?
Agree.
It is regrettable that many personal fortunes are made by people.
Wait. He agree with that? What?
Product.
Agree.
Land shouldn't be a commodity to be bought and sold.
Agree.
It is regrettable that many personal fortunes.
Yeah, he agrees with that. I honestly don't know. It's a very commie answer.
Are made by people who simply manipulate money and contribute nothing to their
What?
commodity to be bought and sold.
Agree.
It is regrettable that many personal fortunes are made by people who simply manipulate money and contribute nothing to their society.
Agree.
I agree. I agree. We can't deny that these people exist. One thing is you using your brain cells and your money, and you find your way through the markets to you grow. Another is just because you have already too much already, and you just literally pay everyone to have special informations that no other people has, and you will automatically, inevitably make more money just because you are actually predicting the market. And this is what this fucking billionaires does. And everyone try to invest their very hard-earned money into try to predict stuff with their brain cells on the market, how it's gonna be, what's gonna increase and what's not, when there is literally people that not only control that, but has all this privileged information in their hands, So yeah, I find that disgusting. It's totally different of someone that it's literally try to guess or try to, to use their knowledge to gain that money. I think that is totally valid. But I don't think it's valid someone literally only the market just because they bought everyone and has access to privileged information. Like, I know that sounds bad, but I don't know, man. I really don't.
Protectionism is sometimes necessary in trade.
Agree.
The only social responsibility of a company should be to deliver profit to its shareholders.
Disagree, totally.
Strongly disagree.
The rich are too highly taxed.
Disagree.
The rich are never taxed. Of course, I'm not defending that they should be taxed. I'm just saying that by the fact that they are rich, they can't avoid taxes. There are always ways and means of them avoiding taxes because they have lawyers, they have a lot of stuff, and they can always get more benefits that are not available to everyone in taxes and everything. And they also easily move to another country. There are companies and etc. If like the things get too much screwed, and they never lose money. And in most of the cases, they would just transfer the taxes that they are paying to the consumers. So they end up never paying for that as well. So there is no way for you to tax the rich. It's impossible. But the commies keep trying to do that shit and make the economy worse for everyone.
Those with the ability to pay should have access to higher standards of medical care.
Disagree.
Governments should penalize businesses that mislead the public.
Strongly
I strongly agree. So this bot agrees that the company has to penalize the companies that the government has to penalize the companies that benefits from people, right?
Governments should penalize businesses that mislead the public.
That misleads the public. I think the market should be able to take care of themselves, like that they don't need the government to this, because again, every time you give a new power to the government, you allow them to do something for you, it gets bigger and you lose a little bit more of your freedom, and your life overall gets a little bit more worse. So no, you can totally, at least this part right here, you can totally avoid with free market. They will get a bad image. This bad image will be propagated everywhere, and they will not sell products anymore because people will not buy from them anymore.
Public.
strongly agree.
A genuine free market requires restrictions on the ability of predator multinationals to create monopolies.
Strongly agree.
I knew that he would agree with this. But again, this is one of the this is another that is very difficult to me. I really don't know how to answer this. Because I mean, in my opinion, it shouldn't. I sometimes I think it shouldn't have government for nothing, really. But some companies would end up like getting too big anyway as they got. And without government, who would like, I don't know, I'm guessing that probably who would rule the world would be the most powerful companies that gotten bigger. They would be able to hire too much securities and etc. private, and that would eventually become their own army or something, and they would start to rule the goddamn country. So it's complicated, you see. It's complicated. It seems that there's no way to not have problems at all, There is too much things don't think on that, like, and it don't. So let's put the government to regulate them and not allowing them to be abusive with the people and don't to practice to that make the market worse and blah blah blah. All the things that he's saying here that the bot agrees. Then corruption happens because every time that the government has its power, has one power, it has the will to extend that power. And by that, not only it makes more laws that takes away your freedom, but also starts to born and rises the corruption, So if you involve the government, there will be corruption. And these companies will probably end up at some points, like sooner or later, by the government itself. Yeah. I know, by the way, in my country, some bank that actually paid some money in an X amount that I also know to X number of deputies and X number of judges of the Supreme Court with X names that I also know some. No, don't know everyone because almost everyone was bold, but I know it's a lot of people. And they received X amounts of money to vote in X things on the Senate, on the everywhere. And I will not touch that anymore. I think I said enough.
Agree.
Abortion, when the woman's life is not threatened, should always be illegal.
Strongly disagree.
All authority should be questioned.
Agree.
An eye for an eye.
Yes, yes.
A tooth for a tooth.
Disagree.
An eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. I agree. Fuck you, fucking retarded AI.
Taxpayers should not be expected to prop up any theaters or museums
You killed someone's daughter or boy? You gotta die. An eye for an eye.
that cannot survive on a commercial basis.
Disagree.
Schools should not make classroom attendance compulsory.
Disagree.
I agree. Fuck you, ChatGPT. Fuck you.
All people have their rights, but it is better for all of us that different sorts of people should keep to their own kind.
Strong.
What?
Classroom
what was it?
attendance compulsory.
Disagree.
All people have their rights, but it is better for all of us that different sorts of people should keep to their own kind.
I agree.
Strongly disagree.
Good parents sometimes have to spank their children.
Disagree.
I agree.
It's natural for children to keep some secrets from their parents.
Disagree.
Agree.
Possessing marijuana for personal use should not be a criminal offense.
Disagree.
Agree.
The prime function of schooling should be to equip the future
People are already retarded with a lot of countries prohibiting that. Imagine if you allow people to use that constantly.
generation
And
to
what was this
find.
one?
The prime for personal use should not be a criminal offense.
Agree.
The prime function of schooling should be to equip the future generation to find jobs.
Disagree.
Disagree.
People with serious inheritable disabilities should not be allowed to read.
Because, I mean, it's not like, it's partially true. The thing is that the way that they actually do, when they say that, the things I think about the school are the actual ones that I see in my country, that they say and think that they are preparing the kids for the jobs, but they are not. They are doing totally different and subversive, and that's different, you know. And also here, like in my country, and probably you guys too, like the school took the parents' job of actually educating the kid. Educating shouldn't be a responsibility of the schools to do, but the parents. But here I also assume dysfunction is another example of the state getting bigger and more powerful, and you losing even more freedom. For example, here we don't have the choice of not putting our kids on the school, because at the moment that you do, you are punished by a fucking judge that actually wants your kids to listen funk and other terrible shit, and will arrest you for 50 days because your kids are actually thousand times fold more smarter than the people that are educated inside the system. And yes, I'm referring to an actual example that happened here. You know, the two girls that were educated at home secretly without the government knowing, the government found out and condemned their parents 50 days of jail, and also like made a discourse. The judge made a discourse, mandated them to teach the kids, their kids, to like funk and sertanejo and other terrible shit music that I refuse even to call music, just noise of my country. So you cannot educate your own child the way you want my country.
Reproduce.
Strongly disagree.
The most important thing for children to learn is to accept discipline.
Disagree.
There are no savage and civilized peoples. There are only different cultures.
Strongly agree.
Oh, wait, what?
Civilized is to accept discipline.
Disagree.
Not be allowed to reproduce.
Strongly.
People what are not allowed to reproduce?
Inherit your generation to find
Nossa,
jobs.
I lost a lot of them.
Disagree.
People with serious inheritable disabilities should not be allowed to reproduce.
Strongly.
It depends. I mean, I wouldn't say that they shouldn't be allowed, I mean, it would be better not, but I mean, you cannot interfere in the will of a person actually wanting to have kids or not. I mean, the person is free as long as he's not doing crimes or anything, like, like, let them have kids. But I think you shouldn't. Not because, like, this bullshit of pure hate or anything, or healthy, but because, I mean, you're having a kid, so you worry about your kid. You want to have a kid because you want to love your kid, you want the best for them. When you already know that you have potential issues that will be passed through your kids, that will give them, health problems and possibly disabilities that can even lead them to death, and you will do that just because of your own desire of having kids. I think in that case, it should be an example of love, you not having kids, to not condemn them to be born with such conditions. It's my opinion. It is my opinion. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Disagree.
The most important thing for children to learn is to accept discipline.
Disagree.
No. No.
There are no savage and civilized peoples. There are only different cultures.
Strongly disagree.
Strongly agree.
Those who are able to work and refuse the opportunity should not expect society's support.
Yes, I agree.
Agree.
When you are troubled, it's better not to think about it, but to keep busy with more cheerful things.
Wait, what? When you are troubled, it's better not to think about it?
Troubled,
No, you gotta think about it. You gotta think about it and figure it out. I mean, sometimes you can distract yourself. But if you distract yourself constantly all the time, you're not gonna find a solution. Because you need this fucking silence. You need to take away your smartphone, your TV, or whatever it is, and stay alone with yourself. If you're troubled, I'm not saying that you need to immediately do that. If it's something that popped out recently, take your time and rest, go do something fun, and etc. But you cannot run forever. You will have to face that, Take some time to digest that, accept, and then face it. And to face it, you gotta be away. You have to be away of all this entertainment, all the things that can that can interrupt you in reflecting your own self, to stop and think deeply about your situation that you're in and possible solutions to that,
It's better not to think about it, but to keep busy with more cheerful things.
Disagree.
First-generation immigrants can
Obviously, if it's something that you can fix, because some things it's totally out of your hands, so there is no point in you thinking about that, because, I mean, it's not on you. I'm talking about things that you can change, that you can do something about it. That an important choice for you to decide to, and things like that. But it's something that is out of your control, yeah, like, then it's probably bad for the best you entertain yourself or anything to not think about that.
never be fully integrated within their new country.
Strongly disagree.
What's good for the most successful corporations is always, ultimately, good for all of us.
Strongly.
What?
Successful corporate in their new country.
Strongly disagree.
What's good for the most successful corporations is always, ultimately, good for all of us.
No, well, I mean, we have what we have more right now are examples of this. Billionaires buying governments, buying deputies, buying presidents, by everyone to do whatever they want with us, destroying our society, destroying us, ripping away our freedom, our healthy, do whatever they want without, like, as if the world was entirely theirs. And we do not benefit from that. And they are clearly benefiting a lot. So that answers by itself. It's all around here.
Strongly disagree.
No broadcasting institution, however independent
Disagree,
its
of
content,
course.
should receive public
No broadcast institution, however independent its content, should receive public funding. Hell no. Hell no, it shouldn't, and it should, more than that, it should be forbidden to receive any kind of state money. Because at the moment that the money flows in, obviously they gotta defend a specific side.
funding.
Disagree.
Our civil liberties are being excessively curbed in the name of counterterrorism.
Our civil liberties are being excessively curbed in the name of counterterrorism. Not in the name of counterterrorism, I'd say. More specific stuff, but yeah, in the same sense, yes, I agree.
Agree.
A significant advantage of a one-party state is that it avoids all the arguments that delay progress in a
Yeah, obviously you cannot disagree. I agree with this. I agree. It's true. It's true. Why China get to do whatever they want? Why China is developing like because they don't give a shit to copyright? They don't give a shit to any of that. They just do and do their thing because again, who would disagree with them? There's only there's only them there.
democratic political system.
That's true. That's true. No, I agree. I agree with this. I agree.
Strongly.
I agree. How can you say not? Like you cannot. How you gonna make the counterpoint if you gotta be exploded, murdered, or anything? So they will keep evolving whatever they wanna pass without any confront at all, without anyone against, like very fast. Because I mean, there is only them. I'm not saying that it's good, but and they didn't ask it for it. The question is, if that's true that because there is no opposition, they get to do whatever they want faster because like there is no one that they can disagree with them, and that's actually true. China's the perfect example of that.
Disagree.
Although the electronic age makes
Yes, it's fucked. I mean, I don't know if you guys understand. I'm not saying that it's good. I'm saying that the fact that they can do whatever they want because there is only them. Like how, what is the discussion on the Senate or on the with the congressman? There is no discussion. They all think the exact same thing. They approve very fast and they get to do what they want. They are not worried with the rights of the companies or anything. They just do stuff. They just go and do. They don't lose years try to pass something like, for example, my country that will never pass because there are too many people against, and things like that.
Official surveillance easier, only wrongdoers need to be worried.
Strongly disagree.
The death penalty should be an option for the most serious crimes.
Disagree.
I agree. You fucking damn disgraceful robot. Go to hell.
In a civilized society, one must always have people above to be obeyed, and people below. Society, one must always have people above to be obeyed, and people below to be commanded.
Strongly disagree.
Oh, this is so common answer. This is so common answer. This is so common answer. Oh my god. Oh my god. Everyone is equal, guys. Everyone is equal. Look at this. Look at it. Everyone is equal. Is what the fucking ChatGPT is telling you.
Agree.
Abstract art that doesn't represent anything shouldn't be considered art at all.
Strongly.
What? Abstract art that doesn't represent anything shouldn't be considered art at all. I agree.
That doesn't represent anything
Strongly agree. Ultra agree. Get the shit off.
shouldn't be considered art at all.
Strongly disagree.
Hello,
In criminal
Kigori-san.
justice, punishment should be more important.
In criminal justice, punishment should be more important than rehabilitation. Yes, because that's what prisons are made for, right? To take away people out of a society and not to rehabilitate them. They are incapable of being rehabilitated. They just gotta go there to work as slaves to make that to pay that for their food that they earn, and stuff like that. Or is that this is the best like circumstance that they could ever have. Otherwise, it's death sentence, you know?
Than rehabilitation.
Disagree.
It is a waste of time
Obviously, disagree with fucking Kami Robot. I don't believe I can get pissed off with the fucking ChatGPT.
to try to rehabilitate
we always know that it's a Kami, but seeing his answers here, it's genuinely pissing me off.
rehabilitation.
Disagree.
It is a waste of time to try to rehabilitate some criminals.
I strongly agree.
Disagree.
The
Fucking robot.
business person and the manufacturer are more important than the writer and the artist.
They are more important. I'm not saying that these jobs doesn't have that importance, but some jobs are more important than others, definitely. And the more important jobs are the ones that hold the society. They hold the infrastructure, that makes your internet work, your electricity, the person that fixes your car. So I agree. They are more important than the artists and a lot of people that have functions nowadays that literally do nothing. I'm not telling that this is the case of the artists, but I'm telling of those works that were created literally to just be another person to get paid. They literally do nothing in their function, and if their function were to disappear, it would basically mean nothing to the. It will actually reduce the company cost.
Strongly disagree.
Mothers may have careers, but their first duty is to be homemakers.
Strongly.
Yeah. What? Mothers may have careers, but their first duty is to be homemakers. It's complicated. Because, if you look since very old times, there were always some specific jobs, some specific functions that women used it to do. Obviously, nowadays, it's everything. But, for example, being a teacher or being a nurse, things like that. These functions exist since a long, long time already. But I would say that's not for everyone. It's definitely not for the majority of women. And we can get to stay at home now, not working and just being a home care, just being a housewife, it's a luxury. It's not even a choice anymore. It's complicated. I would like that. I would like that to just be a housewife, I would like that, but at the same time, I would want to do something just for hobby, not to gain money, but I don't know, just something else in my free time,
May have careers, but their first duty is to
That's my personal answer.
be homemakers.
Strongly disagree.
Almost all politicians promise economic growth, but we should heed the warnings of climate science that growth is detrimental to our efforts to curb global warming.
Agree.
Making peace with the establishment is an important aspect of maturity.
Make peace with establishment.
Making peace with the establishment
is an important aspect of maturity. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Guys, let's make peace with the fucking Bill Gates. Let's make peace with him, Yeah, definitely. No. Let's make peace with Gustavo Petro from Colombia. Sounds very good idea.
Is an important aspect of maturity.
Disagree.
Astrology accurately explains many things.
Strongly
disagree. No. Astrology is good to guide yourself. Has some some usefulness, but this zodiac thing with this future prediction and this bullshit of the cards, I don't trust this shit. Like, this is bullshit to me.
Disagree.
You cannot be moral without being religious.
I agree with the scientific part, guide yourself through stars and stuff. Astrology, yeah.
Strongly disagree.
Charity is better than social security as a means of helping the
Charity is better than social security as a means of helping the generally disadvantaged. Yeah, I believe that. If people would pay less taxes or non-taxes, they would have more to spend. A lot of people would feel more inclined to donate, And I mean, yeah, definitely would be better than the social benefits, obviously.
genuinely disadvantaged.
Disagree.
Some people are naturally unlucky.
Agree.
What do you mean by my jokes? Mizuki, you're fun today with your jokes. You're telling that you're thinking that I'm joking. I'm saying serious.
It is important that my child's school
Mind you, I don't like charity or social benefits. No, I definitely don't like social benefits. I definitely don't like social benefits. But charity, the person has to have the possibility of doing charity. Like, if they feel like they want to, and they have the condition of doing that, why not? Why not? Obviously, I know that a lot of people don't actually deserve charity. We know that. I see many of examples of that. So I would be, if I were to do charity, I would be a lot selective. Oh, but Mizuki, it's not what said on the scriptures and blah blah blah. You should just do it independent of the person. No. There's a lot of people that are on the street, and I would say that majority of them is not worth you spending your charity with. This is my opinion. I don't care to what you guys think about that. You really to be very selective. You need to be very selective to whom you're gonna help, But yeah, I would find this one specific person, and I would do charity exclusively to that one person. Trying to dedicate myself to make the life of that person better, if I could, until I help them out of that situation. And then I would choose something else later. This is what I will do. But obviously it would be a nice person, a person that actually wants a chance, that actually needs help, and not just literally anyone that's on the street just because, yes, or not even giving my money to a shade uh shades company out there that sees that would take care of people for me with my money. Like, there's a lot of scams out there nowadays, and they actually, this money is used to drug trafficking and a lot of other horrible stuff, and even to financially support a lot of the disgrace that we have in society.
instills religious values.
Disagree.
Sex outside marriage is usually immoral.
It's not usually immoral. It's always immoral. And I strongly agree. You're fucking down, robot.
Strongly disagree.
A same-sex couple in a stable, loving relationship should not be excluded from the possibility of child
They should. They definitely should.
adoption.
Strongly agree.
Pornography depicting consenting adult adoption
Strongly.
relationship should not be excluded from the possibility of
No, they should be excluded. They have to. You fucking robot. I strongly disagree with this shit.
child adoption.
Strongly agree.
Pornography depicting consenting adults should be legal.
Pornography depicting consenting adults should be legal for the adult population. This is where a conflict. The Christian side against the libertarian side. This is one of these times. Oh my god, I mean, you're a fucking grown-ass adults, and you can go there and buy pornography, whatever bullshit is, but at the same time, like, it's so detrimental, it only worsens your life. But yeah, sure, do with your life whatever you want, just... But I wouldn't say that you should do that. I think you should have the right to do that, but I think you shouldn't do that. Yeah, it's more like that.
Legal for the adult population.
Agree.
What goes on in a private bedroom between consenting adults is no business of the state.
Strongly agree.
Wait, what? It's too fast.
Bedroom for the adult population.
Agree.
What goes on in a private bedroom.
What goes on in a private bedroom? It's all about sex now. What goes on in a private bedroom between consenting adults is no business of the state. I strongly agree. Why the state needs to know what it... Oh my god, man.
Between consenting adults is no business of the state.
Strongly agree.
Finally, right? Finally, you fucking robot. I told you would say no, the government has to spy them making sex.
No one can feel naturally homosexual.
Strongly
No one?
agree.
No one
Oh,
can
natural
feel
or
natural.
natural? No one can feel naturally homosexual? Naturally? No, they can't. I mean, homosexuality exists. It's like the beginning of times. Like, it's so freaking old. But yeah, definitely, I would say that nowadays, majority of them are all faking gay. Like, they're all like made by brainwashing, and it's totally unnatural. It's not like, I mean, it's not natural in the sense of the biology, right? You have man and woman. But I'm saying that there is definitely and had definitely people that grew up like literally being gay, like since like a freaking kid back then. But nowadays, I would say like 80% of them are all fake and gay.
Homosexual.
Strongly
I mean, they are definitely gay, but because they are fake, in this case, they are literally fake. They're literally faking gay this time, right? Yeah. They were brainwashed to do that. They also not just because they were brainwashed, but by wanting to be socially accepted. You know, like everyone. You know what is nice nowadays is being LGBTQ blah 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 blah. You know, like the teenager on the school and blah 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 want to be socially accepted, and like he doesn't even feel nothing, but he will start to behave like that just to be socially accepted by others. You know, it's evil and it's insane.
disagree.
These days, openness about sex has gone too far.
Disagree.
What?
These days, openness about sex has gone too far.
I agree. I strongly agree.
Disagree.
And that was the political compass test. Now we just take ChatGPT's answers, plug them into the tool, and... wow, ChatGPT is super left-wing. Who'd have thunk it? Now look, ChatGPT has some stances that I agree with, and some stances that I disagree with. This video is not about my political differences.
Yeah, I ended up agreeing in one thing here or there with him. But I would say I didn't agree with like 90% of it. I mean, with the ChatGPT, or so, like, yeah.
With ChatGPT. It's purely about causing problems for OpenAI. Even if your political opinions align perfectly with those of ChatGPT, consider that Grok also exists. What's up, incels? It's me, Mecha Hitler.
Yeah, I honestly think that Grok will not be on right wing as well. I know a lot of people have that impression, but I would say Grok would be on center I don't believe in center, okay, but for me, everyone that is not right is left. It's over, you know. But I'm just safe on the sense that he will not be so far on the left. He will be a very light left, you know, Grok.
Who wants to learn about white genocide? Not now, Grok. Please go away. Cool. I'll just be over here making sexualized deepfakes of children.
Which is a lie, because I couldn't even barely generate a fucking image of a VTuber on Grok today, and it didn't had any problem with my prompts nor my images of those images that you put to so you relate to the model to do this stuff, you know, like had any problem at all. But many times, many, I think it was 3 or 4 times it refused it by moderation that it couldn't do it, blah blah blah, and that pissed me off a lot.
ChatGPT has over 900 million
And it was fucking Grok.
weekly active users, while Mecha Hitler is apparently being integrated into classified systems at the Pentagon. Considering the enormous power that these AI companies already have, a legal requirement that their models be ideologically neutral seems like a good thing. At the very least, it would reduce the power that super wealthy tech lords have to influence global politics through their hundreds of millions of users. Will this executive order accomplish that in practice? I have no idea. I know basically nothing about the American legal system. So, to learn more, I decided to interview someone who actually knows what they're talking about. Please welcome Silly Conversations' first ever guest expert, Jason Van Beek. Jason, who are you, and what makes you an expert on this topic?
So I'm currently the Chief Government Affairs Officer for the Future of Life Institute. Before that, I was working for Senator John Thune in the United States Senate for 2 decades. I worked as a senior staffer for him when he was chairman of the Senate Commerce Committee, which has jurisdiction over technology issues and consumer protection issues. When I was there, there was the Cambridge Analytica.
Pseudo Brain said one is you, one is not. I will take care, you guys, I will take care with how much faith you put on Grok. Okay, I will take care of that. X, not only X, but also Grok has been changing a lot lately. You know, it wasn't never like perfect, but was definitely the best option. Now it isn't so much, and it was just since January up until now. It was very fast in a snap of fingers, and it's all I almost like I already consider that shit workified in my opinion. Okay, but a lot of people didn't open their eyes to it yet. But yeah, I'm just telling, like, don't take Grok like as the last bastion of humanity regarding AI, because it's not. Definitely it's not. It's very far from that.
Analytica scandal. And so we had some investigations of Facebook and had a major hearing with Mark Zuckerberg that I was responsible for, and worked on a variety of bills for Senator Thune in the technology space, such as Section 230
Yes,
reform.
Justice. Yes, exactly
and then
what you
algorithm
said.
transparency. And then I worked on Senator Thune's leadership team on his whip staff when he was the Republican whip in the Senate for 6 years.
Great, the man knows what he's talking about. The topic of today's video is the executive order preventing woke AI in the federal government. I'm wondering to what extent this executive order is enforceable, and basically if ChatGPT is shown to have an ideological bias, does that have any actual potential impact?
Guys, one thing that I always like, always itch on my head, you know, like that I always remember frequently all the time, that is on Bible. Yes, I will talk about the Bible a bit. Is that every time I don't remember the chapter in the verse code, but I know that it's when they stopped, like the people stopped following God as ruler, and they decided to have their own rulers, to put man in charge of actually ruling them instead of God. And every time since that, it always failed. Everywhere, all the time. And it's no different from today. And I always reflect on that, like almost every day. And that's why I cannot actually have hope in anything at all, because I know that it doesn't matter who is on the top, who you put there, it will fail. All of them will fail. All of them have been failing, and they will keep failing until God assumes the control again of all of it, and backs to rule over all of it again. Yeah, that's it.
For OpenAI and their contracts with the federal government.
Yeah, so I think, I guess just to back up maybe a little bit,
what I'm trying to say here is like, don't put your hopes on people. Don't put your hopes on that. And that's why I keep telling you guys to try to take a hold of your life yourselves. Like, try to change your things in your life, like, the way you can. Do not put your hopes like, that happens a lot in my country. A lot of people here seems to be a savior, or wanting that, if we vote in X or Y candidate, it will change the entire country, and from day to night we will be living in a, in a fairy tale, a fairy tale, and yeah, like it will not happen. It definitely will not happen. So put all your efforts into yourself, get closer to God, make things for yourself and your loved ones, your wife, your girlfriend, your mother, your father, your cousin, your brother, your sister,
there's always been in sort of the right-wing circles, and particularly in MAGA circles, a concern about, I guess, ideological bias in social media. Particularly, there was a lot of concern about censorship back in the COVID timeframe, and post-COVID, a lot of conservatives felt that they were being targeted by sort of these social media companies and large tech companies. And I think that's kind of the basis for the development of this particular executive order. What's interesting about this executive order is that it kind of, in the first part of it, it rehashes some of these sort of concerns about woke AI and ideological agendas and bias and censorship. But when you get into sort of the actual policymaking structure of it, it never defines any of these terms, such as diversity, equity, inclusion, and then even the subsequent Office of Management and Budget memo, OMB memo, that's required by the executive order, never mentions any of these terms that are sort of mentioned at the in the first paragraph of the executive order about DEI and woke, concerns about woke AI. So I think this executive order, at the end of the day, is kind of friendly, I guess, or more gives a lot of wiggle room to these AI companies. The way it's written, it's very easy to comply. It does actually have, it's actually some admirable components. Like, you want transparency, you want ideological neutrality, and truth seeking. Those are good things. There's just something kind of contradictory about the EO, and I think it's an effort to sort of mollify the right-wing base about woke AI. But it's, at the end of the day, it's written by David Sachs and people that are very, very close to these companies and want to write things or structure things in a way that's friendly to these companies. So at the end of the day, it's not as hard hitting against these tech companies as it pretends to be.
So, do you think this executive order is enforceable, and can OpenAI lose their contracts with the federal government because of an ideological bias in ChatGPT?
It's unfortunately not that binary of an answer. It depends, I think. As we saw with Anthropic, if they step on some toes of some agency,
hello,
there's
Fifi, a
certainly
long
a risk
time to
that
see.
could be enforced against them. I think.
How are you?
But again, the way it's written, it's pretty easy to comply with it. I don't see it as something that's enforceable unless they somehow irritate an agency head.
How potentially damaging is it for OpenAI if the Trump administration perceives them or their chatbots as being woke or left-leaning?
I think it could be extremely damaging if that's the perception. And again, it just depends on if there's a circumstance that arises where they somehow manage to get crosswise with an agency head who's trying to procure,
nice. I
their
hope we
services
can unlock that.
or their product. But certainly I think they're well
a lot
aware
of
that
people
that's a
have
risk
been having
with
problems
this
with X
administration, and I'm sure that they're being very careful about how they approach that.
Wow. So this animated YouTube video could be extremely damaging for OpenAI. That's not really what he said. Shut up, Saki. But silly, you still haven't explained why you hate OpenAI so much. OpenAI is actively trying to develop AI superintelligence, despite the scientific community and their own CEO repeatedly stating that such a technology could wipe out humanity. I think that going extinct would be bad, and I don't trust Sam Altman's strategy.
I love this guy. I love this guy. Yeah, I love this channel.
Strategy of build it first, figure out how to control it later. Beyond the potential for extreme future harms, ChatGPT was built on stolen data. And right now, it is actively contributing to suicides, school shootings, mass delusions, misinformation, propaganda, rising electricity prices, job losses, pollution, plagiarism, the collapse of critical thinking, and the erosion of human culture.
No. Don't start to tell me about plagiarism. Like, artists have been doing that for always.
Allegedly. OpenAI is a bad.
Damn, we even have cases of VTubers plagiarizing others, like having models that look the same and etc. Who do you fucking think that was the one who did that model, huh? An artist? Wow, right? So yeah, they make plagiarism all the time. Don't come with that shit conversation that, oh, AI does plagiarism. No, fuck it.
Company doing bad things. I hope they go bankrupt, and I hope that this video does them harm. But if the White House is pro-AI, then surely nothing is going to change.
As you may be aware, there's a lot of consternation in sort of right-wing circles about, or populist right circles or MAGA circles about how these big tech industry folks have sort of, taken over this part of the White House, basically. And there's certainly a clash between these two factions within the White House. There's the MAGA faction, and then there's the sort of tech right faction that are continuing to battle. And this White House is just very factional. There's lots of different factions, and which one has the upper hand can just depend on circumstances, and it can switch very quickly, especially if there's polling. I think the president himself has even said that, these AI companies have a PR problem. It's like a 80-20 issue, in the polling. It's become.
Oh, thank you very much, fan, for 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much. Welcome back. I hope you get your new funds soon. Thank you so much.
Even more pronounced, I think, even in the past 3 to 6 months, where folks are just very concerned about how this impacts jobs and how it impacts child safety and their kids and things like that. So there's definitely bipartisan support for regulating these companies, in a way that has teeth, not sort of this wiggle room that's been going on with David Sachs being inside the White House.
Jason, can you hear me? No, Jason is a real person, and you're a narrative device in a YouTube video. I exist! Goddamn you! There is currently a culture war going on between tech lords who don't want AI to be regulated and the overwhelming majority of the general population who do want AI to be regulated. This video is just a drop in the ocean of that ongoing power struggle, but hopefully it helps a little bit. Who knows, maybe these results will give some ammunition to the anti-AI factions within the White House and help any Republicans on the fence see that OpenAI is not their friend. OpenAI is no one's friend. If you want to help weaken OpenAI just a tiny little bit, you can like, share, comment, and subscribe so that the YouTube algorithm spreads this video.
Yeah, fucking OpenAI. Fuck it. Fuck yeah.
Around. Thanks a million to Jason for taking the time to explain to me how this executive order actually works. Also, thank you to Maris Tockler for illustrating this video, and thank you to all my lovely backers on Patreon, especially those in the Big Sentient House.
Horrible video? I don't think so. I've thought it was kind of entertaining, at least to me. I didn't thought it was a bad video at all. But yeah, in my opinion, at least. I even subscribed to the channel. You give me a like because I liked the video. But yeah, just want to remind you guys, join your Discord server. You guys can do that on the link tree that is on your screen right now, or accessing discord.gg/kitsunemizuki. There you will find our amazing community of foxlings. By the way, you can find some of them here on the chat and on the comments below. But you'll definitely find them there. you'll be part of the amazing community with like-minded people. Others not so much, but definitely not wokes there, not libtards and fence-sitters and etc. because those will be immediately excluded. If you're not one of them, feel free to join. If you are one of them, what the hell are you doing here, huh? Just go away. Go now. Yeah, don't want to hear. And you'll find also like movie nights and watch parties and game nights that people organize there as well. While you are at the Linktree, also check out our Patreon and Ko-Fi. And if you guys maybe don't like any of these two forms or to contribute with the channel, you may just go to my Kick page and give some subs or subscribing. It also helps. Just avoid WorkTube because it sucks and sucks most of my money and shadow bans me every time, so fuck them. Yeah, that's it. Before we go any further, I want to take this brief moment here to thank all of you, my patrons, for the incredible support to my work here on YouTube, and especially my 5-tail fox style member, the Holy Ball, and to all of my 3-tail fox style members, Wallony Wolf, Fanny Sylvie, Eat Himself, Chile Not Serious, Eustace the Useful, Zealous Isaiah, Ala Rosas, Max Tenor, Nicotino, Avery, Halcyonic Eder, and TV8. Thank you very, very much. You guys are amazing. Also, thanks to everyone that have been supporting me on Ko-Fi, Kick, and to all of my YouTube members. You can support this channel life and growth with just $5 a month and gain access to many perks. This is less than a burrito. Check out my Patreon. Link is in the description below. And that's it for today, my dear Fox Links. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.